Well, Scotland's just published its world's leading drug death statistics. Let's go over to Twitter and see what's going on there. Who have we got here? Crew, Mind Altering, tweeted just a couple of days ago. In 2019, there were 365 cocaine-related deaths. Cocaine purity is at an all-time high. Well, that's good. That's quite reassuring, isn't it? If you're thinking about taking cocaine. Let's see what comes next. Start low. Go slow and know the signs of stimulant overdose. In other words, this is instructions on how to start taking cocaine. Instructions that reassure the person that this is the safe way to do it. Can you believe it? Right, who are these people? Crew. Here's their premises on a Cockburn Street in Edinburgh. Take drugs seriously, it says. We've got some sort of mannequin with a bikini on here. We've got the LGBT flag with that communist fists in front. You get the idea. I mean, who's paying for this, do you think? Well, you, of course. Through your taxes, through the Scottish Government and through the NHS. They're spending their money on this. Crew. Right, let's see what they say they're all about. Crew neither condemns nor condones drug use. The fact that it wrecks people's lives, families, cost to society, the fact that it's illegal, not interested in all that. They neither condemn nor condone drug use. So that's how they've got to say. Cutting down. If you're taking cannabis more frequently than planned, or in a way that does not feel intentional, it might be a good idea to lay off it for a while. Now, I first came across this crew when I was teaching in a boys' boarding school, and they were brought in to have a stall at a health fair, and I saw a leaflet they were giving out, and it was giving the same sort of message. And it said, if you're worried that your cannabis use might be affecting your mental health, we suggest you monitor your use. I mean, can you believe it? Giving out that message in a school. And yet that's what these people were doing, and you were paying for it. That's some more wisdom from the crew. Munchies. Cannabis increases your appetite, can lead to food cravings. So if you get cravings for sweet stuff, try dried fruit, yogurt-covered nuts, homemade popcorn, smoothies, or slices of fresh fruit. Right, what else we got with cannabis use? Cannabinoid hypermesis syndrome, or whatever, is a chronic sickness condition caused by the regular and prolonged use of cannabinoids. Symptoms include painful stomach cramps, vomiting, diarrhea, etc., etc. It's important to stay hydrated. Take small, regular sips of water. Hot showers, hot water bottles, and topical capsular whatever cream applied to the abdomen may provide temporary relief from the pain. So if your cannabis use is making you ill, don't worry, we'll help paper over the cracks for you. So enough of the information on their website. Let's go to their questionnaire and see what advice it gives us through that. So here we are on the Crew website. Drugs information. Check out your drug use. Let's make up some answers to these. Pick the drug you use most. Let's say cocaine. Next. How often are you using it? Let's say we're using it weekly. Do you ever use more than you plan to? I never use more than I plan to. So weekly cocaine user. Let's see what the next question is. How often does it affect your health? Hangovers come up, sleep problems? Rarely. Does it affect your mood? It rarely has a negative impact on my mood. How much money do you spend on using it? Very little of what I have. What impact does it have on your life? Rarely has an impact on my life. Through missing commitments, missing social events, at work or at college? Yeah, not very often. What do your family say? Oh, their family are fine with it. They're very non-judgmental and open-minded. How do you feel about your use? I never worry about it now. I think it's absolutely fine taking cocaine every week. Let's have a look at the results. From the information you've given us, it looks like your use of cocaine might be low risk. Even though your use seems to be low risk, you still might find it helpful to chat to one of our trained team. Maybe you'd like more information about drugs, etc., etc. If you choose to use cocaine, here are some tips for you. Eat and sleep well before taking cocaine. If snorting, wash your nose out, etc. Avoid using a banknote as a snorter. Try to have a few drug-free days a week to allow your body to recover. Now, this video obviously isn't a detailed analysis of the drug problem in Scotland and drug policy in Scotland. I'm just showing you a little snippet. And I'm showing you here how a government-funded body is given advice on how to start taking cocaine and keep taking it, allegedly, safely. Now, the people running this place, they might claim, we're working with addicts, people are going to take drugs in any case. But that's not the case, because they're talking about helping people as they start to take drugs, as they progress to new drugs, or as they're sustaining their drug use at a stable level. And in any case, this organisation goes into schools and presents its message to school children. So if we think about the fictitious low-level cocaine user that I pretended to be on their questionnaire, a few points the crew seems to overlook. For a start, it's illegal. Another factor is the example to others. If you've got one cocaine user, even if they're managing to keep a lid on it for the time being, what's their example doing to other people? How many other people are they encouraging into it who might end up in all sorts of trouble with it? In buying the drug, you're contributing to demand, which therefore will contribute to supply, which will make the drug more available in general, which will create more harm. How about progressing to stronger drugs or progressing to more intensive use of that drug? It's pretty likely to happen at some stage. This low-level cocaine user, what happens when a life crisis comes along? What's likely to happen then? It's not difficult to guess, is it? And when things do fall to bits, who picks up the pieces? Who pays the bill? Crew 2000? No, the same taxpayers who paid Crew 2000 to encourage people to start taking drugs safely in the way they quite clearly do. Now, I get what Crew 2000 are doing. It's not that I don't understand their approach. I mean, I'm all for welcoming drug abusers with open arms if they want help to quit, and maybe a non-judgmental approach in that situation is valid. But what they're doing is way, way beyond that. Now, Nicola Sturgeon just recently fired her public health minister, but if the SNP is going to carry on sending the message that illegal drug use is acceptable, as is progression to more dangerous drugs, and that illegal drug abuse can be made acceptably safe, well, we can't really envisage the problem being solved, can we? So Crew 2000 present this poisonous message under the banner harm reduction, that same banner that John Swinney presents as sex education resources under. Again, this sort of messaging, particularly in schools, should be massively controversial, but this is Scotland, so it's not. There's just no debate about it at all. I'll invite them at Crew 2000 to debate. I'll say, please can we have an online debate about it? But I'll tell you the answer already. They'll say no. No one will debate. Why bother? It's just the blob. They all agree with each other. They've got total power over everything. So why bother debating with people with other perspectives when you've got total control of the system? Right, if you want some sense injected into this whole area, you really need to support the Scottish Family Party. And the best way to do that is by joining us or becoming a regular donor via the link below. Thanks for watching.